Publications. It's four sentences. First one is the Tibetan calls Sholoka. It's four sentences. This is goes four sentences, four sentences. So first one is we finish verses. I think verses. So first verses is finished. Now we're going to the second one. So you have to remember this morning when I shared in the Ambon Dhamma that advised the Reverend Mother, the deity Tara. So when you read this in the Ambon Dharma Tart, means you have to really look into your mind. You have to look to yourself. You recognize all its emptiness, not really permanently, inherently exist there. So that is then you recognize what means I'm born. So usually we talk emptiness as a too much invested and talk too much, then it's lost. Something simple ways we have to recognize emptiness means. So when you read this one, really look into your body, your mind, it's like not really exist there permanently, inherently not exist there. So what your phone is lost, you can feel is empty. Your mind is not really there, it's existently. So you have to recognize that. Then that is the completion stage. The Reverend Mother, the deity Tara. So when you chant that, so visualize the Tara in front of you. So that's really helpful when you have a deluded your mind. You know, sometimes we have a emotions, especially there is the fears come to our mind. So you read this one, the Reverend Mother, the deity Tara. Tara is appeared to your mind. Just mind resting with that, and then go back and forth these two sentences. So stay a little bit longer, and then really comes devotion arise. That devotion is the very powerful devotion, not just usually we chant the praise to Tara. Also, that's helps for arise devotion, but this devotion is more deeper level, strong than that. So you really into the practice, you can recognize yourself own experience or the devotion is powerful. So this everything is connections interdependent. Usually we got devotion first, but in this case, so you look to your own mind, recognize your mind's unborn, and then go into visualize the Tara, and the Tara also look into yourself, the visualize the Tara yourself is inseparable, is connections. You feel that, recognize, then comes a very strong devotion, like kind of absolute truth devotion. So when that arises your mind, it's easily like kind of like body also get blessed, mind also get blessed. Very powerful is through these prayers. So that's the reason we have when you chant this, really need to into the meaning. Uh, so then you finish that deity Tara. See, it's a front visualization. Go into self-generation, meditate, recognize yourself is a Tara. Then go back to in this unborn dharmata. That dharmata, this unborn dharmata is like Mother Tara. That is called Mother Tara. Why is we call Mother Tara means? Because all the Buddhas recognize unborn dharma that then they have become reached the Buddhahood. So that's the reason called absolute truth Mother Tara. Otherwise, Tara is like the same as the born the babies, then become same regular mother is suffering, right? It's not pleasant. So we're not talking about the like regular beings mother. The mother Tara means like the absolute truth Tara is the unborn Dharma that is the absolute truth, Tara. So when you're into that natural mind, then you can become child of Buddha. You can become Buddha. So this is the Buddha. You can born from this, use the unborn Dharma Tara. You can become Buddha. So that means you are child. The mother is unborn Dharma Tara. So that's unborn mother Dharma Tara is all the Buddhas come from. Past Buddha, future Buddha, present Buddha, all is come from unborn Dharma Tara. Unborn Dharma Tara is absolute truth, Mother Tara. So then that's effort to form body. Sometimes we don't recognize this absolute truth, unborn Dharma Tara. That's the reason we supplication to the relative truth, Tara. So that's all the more detailed levels in my commentary. So now today we're going through the root text. I'm not going to more details. And just today I'm going to share with you when you chant this root text, what you have to go in, to like yourself to how to receive this prayer. Be with you all the time. And you can do this prayer practices daily life, daily. You can change, transforms everything. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. Then commentaries go more deeper. So then talk about unborn Dharma Tara is like more details. So that's where you have to recognize these first two sentences. She bestow happiness all sentient beings. I shared this morning a little bit, so I wanted to also remind you again. So important word, So when you visualize the Tara in front, and you have something fierce going on, so you connect with the Tara, you can release all this your fears. Then you can see the Tara. Even you visualize ultra level form body, that's also give you happiness. And of course, if you go into more deeper absolute truth Tara, the unborn Dharma Tara, the more deeper level than that. So then if you go in that level, very hard to like share with you, to describe like your own experience, like all into the bliss. So if you cannot do like that higher level, but visualize the Tara, release your fears, that's also she bestow happiness, like same as, and she does all sentient beings economically, everyone. Long as who open the heart, open the mind, long as who has devotions, Tara is always there. So that's you really can feel when you chant these prayers, if you're really connected with devotion with Tara. So devotion, that devotion is absolute truth. It really comes through the devotion when you feel this chant and you practice on yourself. So then I request her to protect me from all fears. So that's the reason we also like supplication to Tara. Sometimes we need something ultra level support. So people who cannot really into the unborn Dharma Tara, relatively truly, we need something ultra level protections. So you think about that, and you cultivate, you visualize, you can feel is that protection. You can feel yourself is release all your fears. So that's sometimes we need to ultra level protections. So that time I request her to protect me, means like request to Tara, and then also protect me means go look to yourself. So then you recognize it. Where is this fears come from? It's I. So then you look to yourself. It's no exist. I is no exist. Then this fears is naturally gone. So then you go back to the unborn Dharma Tara again in that meditation state. See, First, always we go to the outer level and then come into inner level to can go more deeper level. So then sometimes you hard to stay in the very deeper level, go back to outer level supplication. So that's where this prayer really helpful. And that is the first this verses of the supplication 7 Kara. And then I already shared this morning, so I just remind you again. Maybe some is not in the morning here, so I don't know everyone. So I cannot see how many people who is there really. The iPad screen is very small. Okay, so then next one we go to the next is our mothers. Sorry. Through not understanding oneself as Dharmakaya, one's mind is overpowered by the klashas. Our mothers, sentient beings, wander in samsara. Please protect them, Deity Mother. So when you read this, you see, go actually, one's mind is overpowered by the klashas. So when you read that, you have to recognize yourself, look to yourself. Oh, my mind is deluded, you know. Especially when you chant this often, it's like really keeps you reminder, you know, your mind have deluded, recognize. Sometimes when don't recognize, even we have a delusion, it's our mind is overpowered by the klashas, these emotions, we don't recognize. The kilasha is so general, you know, like it's all the different kind of emotions. The Buddha talk about 84,000 different kind of emotions, so many there. Sometimes we think I'm okay, but actually they're not really okay there, you know. So you have something emotions going there, maybe jealousy, maybe pride, you know. Especially pride is very hard to recognize. And then of course the desires, attachment, all these ignorances, even you don't have a coarse level, you have a subtle level, this all the time we have a subtle level, these emotions. The gross level emotions, sometimes we get these conditions, they arise gross level emotions. Subtle level emotions always there, we don't recognize. So when you chant this, one's mind is overpowered by the klashas, look to yourself. Oh, my mind, no, it's anger, desires. Even you cannot think specifically, just think, oh, my mind is not really into the nature. My mind is like just delusions. So you fear that, recognize, then go back to see, through not understanding oneself as Dharmakaya, I have this Buddha nature. I'm not recognizing that. The reason is because I have this emotion. So you read this, like go back and forth together, it's very powerful. And recognize our own emotion. If recognize our own emotion, then chant through no understanding oneself as Dharmakaya. Oh, I am Buddha, my nature is Buddha. I don't recognize my nature because due to, you know, my obscurations, noise, my mind is overpowered by these emotions. So you think that, read that, look to your mind, you can release this all your kilashas, emotions. And that's the reason this prayer is very powerful. I just already told many times, really benefit. Then you can practice this everywhere often. If you cannot read the whole thing, just read this first sentence or couple part of one sentence, two sentences. That's also really helpful. You can remind your natural mind and release emotions and recognize Yadam deity. So then recognize, go back to order with nature, Dharma, Dharma. Okay, so this is the the Dharmakaya, one's mind is overpowered by the Kalasha. We all sentient beings has a Buddha nature. We don't recognize that. The reason is because one's mind is overpowered by the Kalashas. So that's also really helps. Like, see, everyone is equal. All has this Dharmakaya nature. Everyone, all sentient beings. This pervasive, this Dharmakaya is all sentient beings, not only some certain people. Then this also recognize we have ability to become Buddha. Everyone has a potential, potential can be Buddha. Everyone has a capacity to can become Buddha. It's equal right, absolute truth, equal right. No difference in human beings, and also all the animals, all has this nature. You recognize this, like see, even when you read these prayers, you see other people's, other animals that eat each other. So you can feel strongly, oh, there has this nature that due to these emotions, ignorance, they don't recognize. See, the reason is because the mind is overly powered by the clashes. Ignorance, so strong, thick, they don't recognize. Then you see that other beings has like that, and it comes a very strong compassion to them. Someone also we can see that some human beings does, is create non-virtuous deeds, harm for some other beings. So we can see that the overly powered by the klashas. There are no choice because it's emotion control them. See, that's the reason we rather they angry with them, also compassion come for them, right? Usually we upset with other people because who does mistakes, who does wrongs, who harm for others, yes, we are upset. So now you read these prayers, not upset for them. It comes a very strong compassion for them because they don't have a choice. It's even there has Dharmakaya natural mind. The mind is overpowered by the klashas because due to the karma, so strong negativity is strong. That kind of beings are very hard to recognize this natural mind. Take many lifetimes. So that's the reason in the Gambopa's the teaching, the Gambopa, the Joanoma liberation, they talk about the different levels, families. So it's one is called Rikere, is like broken family, different families. He talk about broken family means like no any compassion, no wisdom, no thinking about other beings, like, they only think about themselves due to this overpowered by the klashas. So that take very long time to get Buddhahood. That's why I call it's broken family. Actually, there also has this Buddha nature. There is a Buddha nature. So everyone has a Buddha nature, but that take very long to take up to the Buddhahood. So that's the reason sometimes we needed to, or our service have to rejoice because we can study this kind of very special teachings. And the reason is we have less obscurations, we have good karmic imprints, and we have open our mind. That's the reason we came into this kind of practice Dharma study. So that's also we did good some karma connections. Sometimes we think, oh, I'm doing practicing, so I have more obscurations. So these people is not doing anything good things, but they always have a successful. So that is not really understanding karma cause and effect.
Khenpo, what did you call that family again? Not broke. What was the other?
Broken.
But did they have another? Yeah, they called them broken. But what was the other name you called them?
Others, like I didn't say only one. There's four different.
Just broken. Okay.
Yeah, just broken
Okay.
family. Like Buddha family means like broken, harder to get realized because so strong emotions, these obscurations. So when we chant these prayers, we recognize also karma cause and effect. So the main point when you chant these prayers, you each sentence, you have to look to your own mind. What is going on in my mind? Have to recognize. Then more deeper is you have to into the unborn Dharma Dharma. So you are into the unborn Dharma Dharma. Then also visualize Buddha also very easy. You recognize whatever visualize Buddha is your mind, not separable. So then you really recognize the all Buddha is always there, long as our mind is there. So when you open your mind, is Buddha is always there. Okay, so that's the reason here is the mind is overpowered by klashas. Our mother sentient beings wandering in samsara. So no, everyone is Buddha nature. Someone cooking food for us. Maybe Tara cooking for us. Okay, so now it's see our mother sentient beings wandering in samsara. Please protect them, deity mother. So when you chant these prayers, see this second verses of supplication to Tara, second section verses to supplication Tara. You really look into your mind, recognize we have this Buddha nature, we are Buddha, but we don't recognize the reason is because overpowered by this, overpowered by these klashas. So that's the reason. No, I'm in this samsara. No, I'm in the regular beings. So think, look to ourselves, and also then think about others too. All others also same as me. Like they also didn't recognize this nature. That's the reason everyone is suffering in samsara. So samsara is a suffering. We have to recognize that. Then we supplication to please protect them, deity mother. So you think about the auto level Tara, visualize, and ask protector for us, everyone. All the sentient beings, not only me, it's all the sentient beings. All the mother sentient beings here says, so you know all the mother sentient beings. So this root text is like the translation goes like this. Also, it's okay to do that way, but actually, real meaning is first is called mother, means like Tara, like we calling the Tara. Then look to this sentient beings suffering. Please protect me, deity mother. So like kind of like that. So that translations put as our mothers. That's also okay, but it's good way to do sometimes. Is the you can think the first mother is refers to Tara or refers to all other sentient beings. Either way, it's okay. And then sentient beings is like also then everyone, all the sentient beings, they are all in samsara. The reason is this: the overpowered by the klashas. So please protect the deity. So you love to think about it and visualize the Tara and any Yadam deity. And you really can fears, like yourself recognize feelings. This Buddha is there. So then also you go more deeper, like, or this due to my emotion, you know. And we are all stuck in samsara. I have this mother Tara's nature. I have to recognize that. Long as I recognize that, I'm free from this all the power of by Kalasha's emotion. So you can think that you can go more deeper looking into your mind. Then that time also you recognize your mind is Buddha, your mind is Tara. Supplication into the inner one, absolute truth Tara. First, of course, we go to auto level is easy for us. And then auto level supplication. So meditate, visualize, then look to this meaning again, think about this meaning. Again, I have this nature, I am Buddha. Look to yourself is Buddha. Look to yourself is Tara. Then visualize the Tara is you are inseparable, recognize. The why we not recognize due to my klashas, emotions. Then you can see your emotions, whatever going on there, you can release that. So that time is then you have really absolute truth protections. Also go talk about absolute truth refuge. Absolute truth refuge, relative truth refuge. You can follow this chant, this prayer, relative truth refuge, absolute truth refuge. See, relative truth refuge is like we visualize the Tara there. So now I have these problems due to my emotions. Please help me, Tara. So that is a relative truth refuge. Then you visualize that Tara, your mind is inseparable. You recognize, you know, you also recognize your nature is Tara. And the problem is we have this emotion. So you log into your natural state, you meditate, then recognize your mind's Buddha. That is absolute truth of refuge. So that goes like two different refuges. Sometimes we say outer refuge and inner refuge. So when you chant these prayers, you have to think that, you know, connect with it yourself together. So this morning I share with you this, you can chant this anytime, all the time. Even you cooking your food, you know, you can think about this word chant. Sometimes if you can sing, you know, chant, if you have a good voice, better than me, I don't have a good voice for saying chant and cook together, you know. So you can connect with that. Then I told you this morning when usually are hiking. So it's when I get in the nature and try to be meditation, you know, sometimes meditation, sitting meditation is so hard to do because mind is like easily, you know, deluded, thoughts easily arise, hard to do sitting meditation. So just hiking, walking, and outside somewhere, you know, be with nature and chant these prayers, mentally chant, and followed by meditation. It's very powerful. You can do like outer level prayers, inner level prayers. You can both go back and forth, you know. So sometimes you can do easily outer level, visualize the Tara, chant prayers, and then some that connect to into you, like inner level comes slowly, inner level quality, you know, come into the inner level practice. So chant that, you know, you can go everywhere doing, walking, hiking things. It's always become take into the meditation. It's very good to do that way. So when I chant these prayers, usually, of course, when gathering time, we chant Lordly, we chant like that. But when I say myself chant, just thinking about each word, and mentally I chant and log into my mind, you know, then sometimes like I recognize like natural mind is Buddha, you know, it's all not separate from the Tara. Then sometimes I can visualize the Tara in just mentally in front of me in the space. So that is like easy to do for when you chant these prayers mentally. It's good as you have memorized, but I think it's easy to memorize this root text. Not that hard, you know. So we have a small bowl glass, and the God Dharma always we offering small bowl glass, the green one, and also Digon Damasaya. This Vajra family he hold that one we have, and Digon Damasaya also we create this with 37 prayer together, and so then Gachino Bochi always this he contribute these prayers. Long time ago, I know these prayers I chant, but I didn't really aim to connect with it that much. So when I couple years ago, not like many years already, I wrote this commentary. So then that time I always think about the chant, read, and when I have to write commentary, so no any other commentaries I have to log, and I just have to, put a blanket on my head, and I have to think about the sentence, and I have to think about how to write. Yeah. So then comes something into my mind, and then go back to computer and I write. So if nothing comes, then just stopped. So usually very hard to come, like just doing things, thinking about very hard. So I have to shut down everything, That's why I put in the blanket and lay down, think about. So that's really helps for, you can do that too. Next time if you have to write something, just lay down in the bed or in the ground somewhere, in the park, everywhere, and then close eye, just mentally think about what the route takes, and then think about how to explain. So that's really helpful. Then is that we're used to this prayers, like it's already connected with my mind. I can chant very easily these prayers, and whenever like emotions, like scared, nervous, fears comes, these prayers comes right away there. So even I cannot go sleep, so these prayers comes up there right away. So I then into these prayers mentally. So then chant in the Ambon Dharma Dharma, then look to these meanings. It's recognize my service emptiness, not really exist there. Then I have some fears, emotions that naturally disappear. So that's where you have to practice. You have to more chant, more prayer, do's, and get more connections. And when you drive the car, you can chant these prayers. It's very easy to chant these prayers. One thing you need, something remind you. That's the reason maybe this book let's put into your car, or Tara's picture into your car. So that keeps you remind again. And your bedroom need some like image, Tara, and so living room somewhere, and then you see that, and then this naturally go into these prayers. So that's where you have to practice daily life practice, daily life practice. Please protect them, Deity Mother. So we think about all these mother sentient beings. Then we ask the protection. So note this, right now this time is coronavirus affected all over the world. So many people has difficulty, suffering. So you chant this prayer, and our mother sentient beings wandering in samsara see this suffering because due to karma, and the result is much going on like disease. And please protect them means like naturally use mind supplication to Tara. Tara is already there. Then you can visualize the Tara, and then that Tara is effort come from your mind. So you recognize that Tara is your mind, log into your mind, yourself. Then your mind is Dharmakaya, you recognize. Okay? So why is our problem is not the other any problem, not our natural mind problem. The problem is our overpowered by the klashas. these emotions. So you really right away recognize what is problem. Okay, so this is the second verses of supplication. So we go into the third. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follows the words of conventional meaning. Some are deceived by drama. Please protect them, perfect mother. So, if the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, see, when you chant these prayers, and we recognize, oh, I have deluded. My mind is not going into the spiritual. So you rightly will recognize when you chant these prayers. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, it means like you can think about it, like when you morning wake, oh, my mind is like, no, it's be with this Dharma or not. Or my mind is be with connect with the spiritual or not. You can rightly recognize. So when you have delusions, you chant this, oh no, I have this delusion. So you recognize right away. Meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart. So then you recognize, oh, I just practice Dharma is like only external level. My Dharma practice is not really into my mind. You have to look to yourself, you have to recognize that. Sometimes we just practice the Dharma is just only auto level, kind of a, how to say, the display and showing something, but not really into that. So we like to do that, showing the external, display, especially in Asian Buddhists is like that already. All auto level, that doing things perfect. They ask like, we need 1,000 flowers. They're going to bring 1,000 flowers. We say we need 100,000 butter lamps. They're going to make that. So we say, okay, can you hear? Everyone can hear or no? Because my phone is telling same thing again in my ear.
Yeah, yes, we can hear.
So still, this is working, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Very clear, very clear.
So everyone does everything in the Asian tradition is like ultra level preparation is so perfect. They're just very good, but they're not really into Dharma is in their mind. So sometimes you see that when you chant this, it really comes a compassion to them, and also recognize ourselves too, what we're doing. So we does lots of things. It's only just show, not really into the practice of Dharma mind. The Dharma is not born in one's heart. The whole to Dharma is really have to born into our heart. We have to practice this 4 thoughts meditation. Then Dharma is born into our heart. So we have to recognize this samsara is a suffering. Samsara is actually, see, no one can change the samsara is like perfectly. No one can transform that. It's already nature of that. Naturally samsara is a suffering. So we can see that so many thousand years until now, who change? No one can change, right? No one free from death, no one free from suffering. So we think about this whole samsara situation, it's just only temporary. Whatever does, everything is temporary. So you really see that, recognize, not much fixation to the object. You can enjoy yourself, but not really attachment to that, not attached to the object. You can have like car, you can have a family, you can have jobs, you can have good things, but mind is not strongly attached to that. So that's, like when you practice this impermanent meditation, defect of samsara, you really recognize. Sometimes we talk about this four thoughts meditation, people think have to give up everything. Mind have to give up. You don't have to give up object. So you give up object is get more suffering. So your mind give up means like you also have ability to do that one day, because you have to follow your level, practice level. So first, just you have to know all everything is impermanent, everything is changing. So whatever you have like good life, good things, you also have to recognize that as impermanent. And when we have difficulty, suffering, we have to recognize it's impermanent. So then this all go up to the karma cause and the effect, then go into we recognize like precious human body. That meditation helps. Then Dharma is born into our heart. So why is Dharma is not born in one's heart? Because we don't have enough practice for thought meditation. So for thought meditation, I know you already tired hearing that. I always talk that. Sometimes we tired. The reason is because we hear all the time, but we don't put effort. Then that makes like become don't want to hear again. Even you hear that words, oh, I know that words. I know these meditations. So happening like that, but not really that. We didn't have a practice. That reason, mind is not going into the Dharma. Still always there. So that's we have a problem so far. If we have a like strong practice this four thoughts meditation, our mind is 100% going into the Dharma. Dharma is born into our heart. Once just follow the words of conventional meaning, so then we follow the words. So this follow the words is like also dependent. The follow the words means like usually just regularly, just we talk lots, and idle chatter, meaningless talk, or talk about worldly things all the time. So that's also like always we follow the words. We're not going into the Dharma. So that is generally whole beings like that. But then even you go into the religion, and you sometimes people stuck with the words, means like follow the words, not follow the meanings. And so sometimes like this words, this sentence, usually the monastery monks criticize Sheda monks. What they say, this if the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follow the words of conventional meaning. So that means monastery monks always criticize Sheda monks, like you all Sheda monks follow the words, means like debating, talk, and they always talk about different kind of philosophers, these things, philosophy, you don't practice Dharma. So they use this word for, and the monastery monks like actually criticize for Sheda. You can think that way too, but actually the main point is this once just follow as words of conventional meaning means if you don't study Dharma, then you don't know which word is the correct one, which word is wrong. So they have so many similar words, like Buddhist teachings, non-Buddhist teachings. In the Buddhist has the force goes to different levels. They have so many similar words, but meaning is totally different. That's the reason if you know study Dharma and you follow the words, you lost. The main point, we need wisdom. Without wisdom, follow the words, you can stuck. So that's how I explain my commentary. So the reason is I also have a strongly, attached to Sheda side because I went to Sheda, So then I look for this answer, like it's not come to me. It's I wanted to, this word is exactly given for them. The meaning. So they are thinking about how to explain. It's like I found like that exactly goes Gambopa teaching and follow this, or the Gambopa mentioned many things like that. It's exactly followed that way. Then this is I use followed by the four Dharma Gambopa's teaching together. So that's the reason. This is like I cannot say like you whichever you can think, but main point doesn't matter. You are philosopher. You only follow by the philosophically. You don't put Dharma into your mind. It's become you follow the world. You are high education philosopher. Doesn't matter. You don't recognize your natural mind. Then you don't really can get realization. So that's also correct. And then of course, if you don't have wisdom enough, but also sometimes you stuck with this different kind, philosophy, what that says, you don't recognize different similar words, you get problem. So that's the reason this word is like this helps for everyone. Then of course, not only these philosophers and the monastery monks, like just think about the regular people, they all follow by the word. We are just fixation to the words. Somebody say us good words, we like them. Somebody says criticize us, we easily unhappy and wanted to criticize them too. So that means like we follow by the words. That reason Dharma is not really into our heart. The long as Dharma is really into our heart, somebody telling us bad words, harsh words, you recognize the words is emptiness. You really fixation to that words. So you don't, that word not really affected you. So that means then you really have Dharma is born in your heart. If someone telling us good things, praise to us, we are happy. Oh, we say this person is so great, good. Why we tell them? Because they're telling us good things. That's why we tell them it's good. That person is good. This is we follow the like dependent, right? See, you have right, you have left, like that way, dependent. So that means like Dharma is not born into our heart. If Dharma is really born into our heart, this auto level words, seeing forms, no distracting anything our mind, then that time is Dharma is born into our mind. Make sense or no? If we see something, good object, easy to be desire to that, attachment to that object, and somebody, like tell bad words, easily comes anger for them, and also wanted to criticize to them too. So this means like Dharma is not born in our heart. We can see that we have that problems. So we cannot think about we are really practitioner. We are in the baby, okay, right now. Baby born. So when we have these levels, then we are not baby born. So we are realized people, like Bodhisattva, become we are Bodhisattva. Then you can practice 37 prayer, what that says, you can handle that. Someone telling you harsh words, bad things like spread all over the world, that you recognize that person is your guru or teacher, is, you know, that time then you really, Dharma is born to our heart. See, this 37, we talk about it, we don't, even we don't do slightly things wrong, nothing did any wrong, somebody criticize and telling things all over the world goes, spread out the world. So then you really recognize that person is your guru. Respect for that person. So that time the Dharma is born to our heart, our mind. Until that, Dharma is not born. Okay, so that's one reason. One just follow us the words of a conventional meaning. That's the reason some are deceived by dharmas. Deceived by dharmas means like attached to our side. So this is some are deceived by dharmas means, so like we are attached to our side, hatred to others, and also we are attached to our own religion, hatred to the others. So then we are attached to our citizens, we are hatred to other country. So we are attached to our like same nationality. Like this all has like comes like due to the self-grasping. So that's its reason. So there's also so many levels there. Some are deceived by dharmas, means that's not only philosophical. The dharmas means actually this different philosophical levels and different schools. Talk about different schools, different religions, dharmas or dharmas. But the main point, our attached to our side, hatred to others. So why we have that? The reason is because Dharma is not into yet our mind. If Dharma is really into our mind, we respect all the different religions, we respect all the nationalities, and we are not biased at anyone, others, like comes truly equanimity, arise our mind. So Yom Yandak Lami chapter, so please protect them, perfect mother. So then please protect them means protect me and protect them both. So perfect mother, Tara. So we can think about auto level Tara, See, visualize the Tara and please, my mind is deluded, biased, and are followed by words and followed by desire attachment. So you recognize that, as Tara have to Tara is in the visualizing front space. So then that Tara and your natural mind is inseparable, you recognize. So then that recognize, then you fear, so Dharma is into my mind. The Dharma is born our heart means, I'm born Dharma Tartha. Have to recognize, realize, come from our mind. Do you understand? So that's the Dharma, then Dharma is born. So that's the reason you have to think about the Tara, auto level supplication to Tara, inner supplication to Tara. So that is the, I think, third verses of this supplication, Tara. Now we go to the fourth one. Time is 4 o'clock, so 4, 5. Oh, we have another 2 hours, 1 hour, right? I want to finish this whole text, the root text is today. So first I explain root text, then go to commentary is a little bit easy. We have to know the root text meanings. Then it is difficult to realize one's mind. Some realize but do not practice. Their minds wander to worldly activity. Please protect them, Deity Mother, of recollections. See, when we chant these prayers, see, we have to recognize it is difficult to realize one's mind. When you chant that prayers, right away you look into your mind. Oh, my mind is Buddha, but hard to realize, hard to recognize. So you can feel that right away. Your feelings comes. Oh, my mind Buddha, I don't recognize. But then some realize, but do not practice. That's also really helped me too. Because when I chant this, oh, I know this, all the practice, different meditations, practice Dharma. So I didn't practice, even I know this. So that's really helpful mindfulness. Mindful, my mind's become mindful, get mindful. So then also like so hard to recognize natural mind. But now we recognize, we don't practice. See that kind, you can think about yourself, then really wanted to go into the practice. They also like think about this. It is difficult to realize one's mind. It is difficult to connect with the Dharma. So now I have connect with the Dharma, but I don't practice like that, become. So we are connect with the Dharma, but we don't practice. See, that's the kind of you can, this word, like easily you can feel, like you recognize our problem. This teaching is called pit instruction. Pit instruction means the recognize our problem. Pit instruction means directly hit to our problem. The pit instruction don't talk about good words. They don't say about I mean, what I mean. So like you try to go like wrong. Don't want it to say it directly. That is not pit instruction. Pit instruction means go directly. This is your problem, like that. This is my problem. You have to recognize. We have fear, so understand. So right away pour out our problem. So when we chant these prayers, it's give us like more courage to do practice and to recognize what we're doing wrong things. Recognize we wasting time. So we have so many levels. It is difficult to realization one's mind means like so many different levels. First is hard to connection with the Dharma. We get connect with the Dharma, we don't practice. Very hard to practice with Yadam deity. We have practice with Yadam deity, connection with that. We don't use. Very hard to connect with Mahamudra teachings, Mayamika teachings. So think about this, everything is so important. So difficult to get into that teachings, hard, but we get teachings, we don't practice. So then everyone say, I need this transformation, I need this empowerment. So you do one deity's transformation, one deity's empowerment, so you need the next one. You do that, you need another one. You do that, another one. Like goes 100 deities, finish all the transformations, finish all the empowerment. So we receive all these transformations, 100 deities, empowerment, but still we are saying, why the problem? Because problem is no put effort, no practice, but do not practice means we didn't practice. If we practice one Yadam deity, it's then goes or is 100 deities the same become. No difference. So we chant this supplication to Tara, practice this only every day is like see so much there. So much there. And I already shared the morning, this teachings goes Mahamudra, this teachings goes generation stage, this teachings go to pit instructions, this go to philosophy, this is go to protection, this is go to supplication, this is go to prayer. So many aspects in this prayer has. So then also This prayer is not just regular prayer. It's come from the clairvoyance, like kind of the Jigten Sumgo, he recognized realization through the realization, these prayers. So when read these prayers, practice, then it come to devotion to Jigten Sumgo. So, you know, that devotion is then very strong devotion. That devotion is not blind devotion. Blind devotion. That devotion is called the through the Dharma devotion. One is like the teaching is usually philosophy teaching talk about one means like very sharp focus. Its devotion arises through the Dharma. Means you see this teaching and how special. Then comes devotion to that person. And same thing, you know, when we study in the Sheda, and that time we don't talk about a lot of Yidam deities. Sheda, we don't talk Yidam deities. We just only focus for philosophies and have to study these philosophies. Then Nagarjuna, Asanga, Shanti Deva, and all these philosopher teachers. When we study these books, comes very strong devotion to that teacher. Connect with that one. Say you study way of Bodhisattva, then really devotion come to the Shanti Deva. Because his compassion, his ability, his wisdom, you recognize. So same like that, you know, when we read this one, and it comes devotion to Jigten Sumgo. So when devotion comes, then your mind is become positive feeling. Is that connect with the Buddhas is really special and blessing, get blessing. Your mind, body, all is become, you can feel is so positive feeling comes. So that is like cannot put in the words. That kind of the experience and feeling, you know, like devotion through the devotion. But that kind of feeling is not always there. If that kind of devotion arises through this kind of practice, prayers. Okay, so that's the reason here. Now we difficult to realize one's mind, very hard to recognize our natural mind. Because very subtle. Natural mind is very subtle and so subtle level. It is always there, but be with us always, but we didn't recognize. So how hard to recognize, that's we can share when go to the commentary. Really hard to recognize, difficulty. Some realize but did not practice. Some recognize natural mind. So then it's we don't practice. So that means like we know ourselves. We have so much teachings. We don't practice. And when we chant these prayers, then you recognize, oh, I have so many teachings. I didn't put effort to put practice. Then also you can log into your mind. Oh, I have this nature. Very hard to recognize. Ambong Dharma Dharma. You into that nature. You recognize your natural mind. So then you wanted to go into more that natural state. Wanted to more meditate. You get more effort. So that's this prayer helps. Some realize but not practice. So then their so their minds wander to worldly activities. So the reason is because we no practice. Why we no practice? The reason is their minds wander to worldly activities. Our mind is so strongly attached to these worldly activities. So our mind is already bound by with these worldly activities, fixation with worldly activities. That's the reason hard to go into practice Dharma, very hard to go into practice Dharma, worldly activity. Then we have so much conditions, this worldly activity, so much desire environment. So we don't have much connect with Dharma. So when you wake up morning, so until evening, all is, you don't need to put effort. Naturally, your mind can follow with these all worldly desires. When we practice Dharma, we have to put effort. So we have to change. That's the reason. So the mind wander to worldly activity, easily go in their direction. So we already used to that worldly activities. Beginning last time until now, we follow our mind is worldly activity. Very hard to stop that. Hard to stop. This mind is easily deluded. Mind is very easily go follow the thoughts. Mind is easily distract. You know, then not only that, mind is easily to the fixation to the object. Then this naturally bring these anxieties, naturally arise these fears. So the reason is because we don't have enough practice, no used to in the practice. So that's why please protect them, deity mother of recollection. So no, we supplication to the Tara, please protect them, deity mother of recollection. Recollection is please protect them means please protect all these beings, include us. So this protect them also. You see, auto level. You can think about auto level Tara, from visualize. Inner level, you log into your really your awareness, mindful. So mindful. The mindful is absolute truth Tara become. When mindful arise, then you go into the practice of Dharma. You're going to practice, like not going to like deluded. That's the reason the mindful. This is the followed by Tara is like we can follow different aspects. This is I wrote my commentary. I say this is like mindful Tara. Absolute Tara is mindful, because we can visualize the Tara is always the same auto level, but inner level different aspects, qualities. When your mindful arise, then our minds not going to follow the external object, go into the practice Dharma. Okay, so that's the 1, 2, 3. I think it's fourth one is finished. So now we go to the number 5. The fifth one is verses 5. Yes. I cannot hear Gail. Can you unmute?
I'm reading along with the small little green book translation as well. And that last verse is translated in this book as, "O Mother, embodiment of perfect mindfulness, please protect us." So that word mindfulness is in this little book.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that translation goes great.
But you can see there's both of the texts have different English translation. And you can use both of them to get more meaning of the text.
Yes.
The Tibetan text.
Also, this root commentary, my commentary, they also have root text. It's like a little bit different.
Yes, it's very good. Yours is much more in depth, the long version.
So yeah, mine is like have to the follow link to the next to the each word. So that's why I have to explain a little bit different. And also, here in this some area, like some area, this if exactly we follow the word, but philosophically incorrect. So that's the reason I have to let it be, change it to like meaning the translation to go into the not against the philosophy. So that's I can explain is in the number 6 is like, although some abide in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependent cause and the effect. So I can explain after that. We finish this the verses of 5. So 6 has something. I changed that section too. And so now we go to the verses. The 5th one. No door wisdom is the self-born mind. No matter what they do, some are bound by the habits of grasping as duality. Please protect them, deity of no door wisdom. I have to change something, sorry. Okay, so my phone needed to charge. I have different directions. Code is reach to that. Also, I can show you more different view. This is today my offering for you. So my offering all the taras here is who is in this front of me, or is a visualize. I have a tara. So you guys all is a tara. Seeing form is a tara. Hearing sound is a mantra. Okay, so now good thing is I thought it's wireless is gone, but actually it's battery problem, not wireless. That's great. Battery is very easy to fix. No door wisdom is the self-born mind. No matter what they do, some are bound by the habits of grasping as duality. Please protect them, deity of no door wisdom, no dualistic wisdom. Same So this when we chant this prayer, no door wisdom is the self-born mind. When chant these prayers, we really need to look into our mind. Our mind is no subject and object. So usually, we have a subject and object, then we have actions. So that is called dualistic thoughts, dualistic mind. No draw means no object, no subject. Free from subject, free from object. Wisdom is the self-born mind. Actually, same meaning is in the unborn dharma dharma abides. So very similar meaning. This all is go into the natural mind prayers. When we chant these prayers, like really look into mind, recognize our mind is free from all these dualistic thoughts. So when you read this, no door, no conceptual thoughts. Usually we always have conceptual thoughts. always 24 hours, we have dualistic thoughts all the time. So when we chant these prayers, right away this stop all these dualistic thoughts. If you really into this prayer, chant these prayers, into this prayer, log into mind, it's kind of like no door, means we stop all this projecting. And then you stay in the nature, meditate. So when you chant these prayers, always remind, go into the non-dualistic, non-conceptual meditation. So our mind is self. This is the self-born mind. Actually, is free from dualistic. Just as this is free from all the views and the thoughts, perceptions. Actually, we need something a little bit more, some explain translations. Hard to explain this so meaningful, deeper level, this one. When chant these prayers, like kind of like naturally fit instruction into heart. So that's why we have to read these prayers when we chant. So this prayer is the same translation, Gary or no? Can you see the same translation or different? Amut.
They are different translations. They mean the same thing, of course. It's just different people we're translating.
How did I say that one?
This is Drikandharma Surya, the Bhikti book. That's translated by, let's see. It says.
No, this big one I have, a big one I have.
Yeah, it's translated by Khenchen Konsho Gyaltsen Rinpoche and his translators.
Mm.
And the other one is translated by, it's translated by Khenchen Konchong and retranslated by Annie Sarin Chodron.
Mm.
I don't know who Annie Sarin Chodron is.
I don't know either too.
Okay.
So maybe that one is a more updated, new vision.
This one?
Yeah, it could be.
This is 2010.
Yeah, what that says?
The other one?
Yeah.
Oh.
No door wisdom is the self-born mind. Same thing.
It doesn't have a date of publication on the other one. I don't see.
No. This one, this word is the same meaning, or not the translation, publication time. I'm talking about the.
No. The Tibetan word is the same.
The English is the same or no?
No, the English is not the same, but the Tibetan is the same.
Yeah, what the English says. It's this one. It's a big one. Is no door wisdom is the self-born mind.
Let me see.
The small one, small.
Okay, let me find it. Dual wisdom. Okay, it says the absolute reality of the mind is the unborn, non-dual Buddha wisdom.
Okay, so I like that one, I think. Unborn. Can you read again?
The absolute reality of the mind is the unborn, non-dual Buddha wisdom.
Okay, so that's really good.
Yeah, it's a very fluid translation. This is a very good translation.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the absolute truth nature.
Mm-hmm.
The nature. This ordinary mind is of course deluded. That's why we are ordinary beings.
Mm-hmm.
So absolute truth mind is not deluded. And actually the absolute truth natural mind is not changing, always there. We don't recognize usually. So that's the reason that this Vajraya means undestructible. This morning I share with you this Panashavari sadhana. She holds the Vajra one hand. So that is a representative view and absolute truth nature. So exactly, so follow this one, same thing. And so that nature is never diluted. That nature is the same as the sun. And our emotion is the same as the clouds. These clouds actually never affected the sun. And sun is always there. So exactly like that, you know, our nature is always there. That is called no door wisdom, is the self-born mind. We didn't recognize that we have. That natural state is like never lost. Every being has. And we have emotions, different kind of emotions. The emotion never affected the natural mind. Emotion cannot remove the natural mind. Natural mind is always there. So that reason, the no door wisdom is the self-born mind. When we chant these prayers, you really into your natural mind. You have to look to your natural mind. So like meditate into that. No matter what they do, see, no matter what happening in the worldly activities and outer levels, see, which kind of sufferings, which kind of emotion arise, no matter what they do, always nature is there, never lost. So then some are bound by the habits of grasping as duality. See, the natural mind is then no recognized. We have become regular being, ordinary. The reason is bound by the habits of grasping as duality. So we have grasping, we have duality, and then impure perception thoughts, going on so many things in these situations, worldly things. So that's the reason we didn't recognize we have that nature. Actually, that nature is always with us. So when we chant these prayers, and what we have to do, no door wisdom means you have to really log into your mind. So no matter what they do means like think about so many things going on. Whatever we have problems, difficulties, so we have to recognize, oh, I have the nature is there always. Some are bound by the habits of grasping duality. The we don't recognize we are suffering in samsara. The reason is because due to the grasping and the duality. Please protect them, deity of no door wisdom. So then we supplication to Tara, please protect them, means protect me and protect all sentient beings. And we supplication to like outer level first. Tara is in front of us. And supplication to that. And then that Tara is just log into your mind. Your mind is no draw, no doula state. You recognize that is absolute truth Tara. So when you recognize that, you stay in that nature, then meditate. So that is a very powerful prayer. Just actually everyone, each sections, you know, helps like go into the absolute truth. So we have so many different kind outer level problems. But when we chant these prayers, we recognize these problems, outer level, but we recognize our nature is always there, never lost. Always there. So then, so okay, please protect them, deity of no door wisdom. So then, the number 6 one, the supplications, the verses says 6 verses. Although someone abides in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependence of cause and the effect. They are ignorant of the meaning of objects of knowledge. please protect them. Omniscient deity mother. So here, although some abide in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependence of cause and effect. So when we are did the commentary, so these words I have to little bit, explain more. Otherwise, it's like sometimes like other lineages and say this prayer is incorrect, wrong. So I have other many friends, campus, so that we just can talk directly each other. They always say this prayer is wrong. So I say no wrong. Then because they just bring these words directly. So these words directly, although someone abides in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependence of cause and effect. You have the realization. You know all nature mind. You have realization. So then you don't know the karma cause and effect. So that's directly that word is like that. But if we follow that, then who has realization that don't know cause and effect is incorrect. So people who has realization, they of course have to know the cause and the effect. That's why they're telling us cause and the effect. So then there's my friends that say, oh, Digong Kagyu people get realization, they still don't know cause and the effect. So your lineage is very funny. Can get realization, still don't know cause and the effect. So like that, like you are very high education, something you don't know anything, like something is very simple ones like that, See, this means like someone abides in the perfect meaning means like you have perfectly, but you don't understand cause and the effect means you don't know karma cause and the effect. Karma cause and the effect is like the first step for thought meditation. Realization is more higher than that. Mahamudra. So you have realization, Mahamudra. You don't know cause and the effect. Then no make sense. Right? Do you understand? Okay, so everyone agreed? So that's the reason when I explain these words, and although some abide in the perfect meaning means in the absolute truth is, absolute truth is beyond the cause and the effect. Absolute truth is beyond the cause and the effect. But absolute is beyond the cause and effect. We are in the relative truth, so we have to follow the relative truth. So we have to like kind of like each word is like put extra in there to explain. That not only directly goes, absolute truth beyond the, cause and effect.
Mhm.
But we
Khenpo?
need to follow relative truth, the cause and the effect until we get realization. We cannot give up cause and the effect, follow the cause and the effect. So that's like, have to explain. So I explain my commentary, and also my commentary rule takes translations a little bit different. The words goes laying together, not make separate. So first, second is like go together, like explain generally.
Mhm. Khenpo?
Yes.
In this translation, they don't use the word cause and effect at all.
What do they use?
They say, I'll read the whole passage for the four
Yes.
lines. The absolute reality of the mind is the unborn, non-dual Buddha wisdom. Yet, because of habitual grasping to dualistic conception, one is bound by it, no matter what one does. O Blessed Mother of non-dual wisdom, please protect us.
The next one. I'm explaining the next one.
Yeah, the next one says, grasping to the conception of emptiness. Some think they understand the absolute reality, but they do not understand interdependence of cause and effect on the relative
I'm
level.
all mixed up, sorry.
They recognize truth. They recognize absolute truth, but then they don't recognize relative truth. So that's why I see the no make sense there. Can you see that? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a realization, understanding absolute truth. Why you don't know relative truth?
Mm-hmm.
So then, okay, Milarepa, he already reached absolute truth. Don't know Milarepa, don't know cause and the effect. No, right? Jigten Songong, he knows absolute truth. He's already reached the Ambong Dharma Darda. So no, we say, oh, he is already reached enlightenment, but he still don't know relative truth, the cause and the effect.
Yes.
So then
this
other lineage,
one does say relative level and absolute reality. They mention those two in this book.
So that's why I said this. If you already in the realize absolute truth, realize absolute truth means we have already realized the absolute truth. Then next sentence says like, don't know the cause and the effect. Okay, so this word is like goes together. This supplication verses like verses and verses explain, and that's the reason like my commentary just main point is the realization means absolute truth and the relative truth, and the absolute truth is already beyond the cause and the effect. Not talking about the realize, I don't know the cause and effect, not like that. You know, absolute truth is beyond the cause and the effect. So we have to reach that, but until we reach that, we have to follow this cause and the effect. Even you reach the absolute truth, you can get realization, but still you have followed the cause and the effect. So that's where kind of we have to follow. The main point is, Pema Sambhava, he said, your realization is your realization is high, it's like same as a scar. Your conduct has followed by, have to follow very detailed, like, follow very small, like details. So that's like that, they also Telopa told Naropa, what he said, like, in other words, Telopa told Naropa, I put that word is in the commentary. So Telopa told the Naropa is if you not get the absolute true realizer, don't give up the relative truth, he said. Just main point, don't give up the cause and the effect until you don't get realization. Don't give up the cause and the effect. So that means like it's although someone abides in the perfect meaning means although absolute truth is abide in the perfect meaning. So the some is like this is referred to people, right? So my commentary is although absolute truth abides in the by the perfect meaning is referring to the not the personal realization, referring to the absolute truth. So that is the become change or big thing. So then when we chant these prayers, the main point, okay, absolute truth, and also we have to recognize interdependent of cause and effect. And we think about, oh, my mind is not really followed by the cause and the effect. My mind is deluded. My mind is like, this is all is like more important is follow your mind. The mind is a principle, like your speech and your body is like serving. So that's the reason. This is all is follow the mind. You have to look to your mind. Oh, what I have like anger arise my mind. My mind is like not pure, kind of correctly, intention is not pure, and so I have negative thoughts. So you have to really recognize your mind when what is going on. So also when you have like negative thoughts comes to our mind, we have to chant this prayer, supplication. The absolute truth is beyond that, but I'm relative truth. I'm in the relative truth. So now my mind is deluded. Okay, my mind has no good intention. So that's kind of when we chant that, we have to recognize our, what's going on our mind. So then they are ignorant of the meaning of object of knowledge. Please protect them, omniscient deity mother. They are, so that's the reason all these sentient beings are ignorant, because we don't know the cause and the effect. We don't understand karma cause and effect. So also we don't know the absolute truth, reality. We don't recognize we have a Buddha nature. So we don't know cause and effect. The reason is we have ignorant of the meaning of object of knowledge. So please protect them, omniscient deity mother. So then we please protect me and protect for all other beings. It's powerful prayer. See, think about it right now in this time. Absolutely, actually, everyone is Buddha, free from suffering, but not recognize that right now in this world, so many people dying, sick, problem we have. The why is this problem come from? Because due to cause and effect. And then this cause and effect, where does this come from? Ignorant. We don't recognize that due to our human beings ignorance, due to all sentient beings ignorant. Our ignorance is very strong. Like we don't have wisdom. We see only very short terms. See, even we cannot see next month what going to happen in next month. No one knows. See, this coronavirus affected in this world, we realize how human beings are ignorant. So ignorant, we recognize this virus affected one by one each other. We don't know who has this virus, right? That is called ignorant. So usually people say, oh, I'm not ignorant. It's ignorance is like people don't want to hear. It's loud, like the words is not really pleasant. If they say you are ignorant, then nobody like that. But reality, we are ignorant because we don't recognize what's going on, what's happening. So we see that clearly. Doesn't matter this technologies, whatever can increasing, but ignorance is always there. Sometimes people say, oh, no, this time we have more wisdom. We can do so many things. Used to cannot do anything. No, we can do so many things. Looks like we get wisdom already. So now you see this year we recognize we didn't have wisdom. This technology, whatever we have, that's also just something different, you know. That means like no technologies cannot approve when we don't have ignorance. So we know we have ignorance. And when we chant these prayers, see, think about this, all beings really deluded mind, ignorant we are. So all these whole world beings and all these animals, of course, in lower realms. So when chant these prayers, like can fear this our problem, can fear others' problem, and then comes compassion to connect with others. So that then we wanted to be into the absolute truth. So we recognize absolute truth. Nature is the permanent happiness and free from this dualistic, free from all these problems. So we wanted to be there. So then we really wanted to into the absolute truth, nature state. Like that means we really wanted to become Buddha. Then we really wanted to have for this deluded, ignorant beings. So comes like bodhicitta arise, chant these prayers. So that means like bodhicitta is come from the true the omniscient. Omniscient is cause. Result is bodhicitta. That bodhicitta is perfect bodhicitta. So then, omniscient deity mother. So we visualize the Tara also. And right now, we see this all beings deluded, ignorance. We please protect me and protect all these beings. Visualize the Tara. And then also you see, log into your mind. So you recognize that you have wisdom, understanding all these beings deluded. Omniscient wisdom comes our mind. That is absolute truth, the Tara. So that is the number 6 sentence. The number 5, seven is 7 verses. Supplication, the last one. The nature of space is free from boundaries. Nothing is different from that. Still, practitioners and disciples do not realize this. Please protect them, perfect Buddha Mother. So the nature of space is free from boundaries. When we chant these prayers, you are really into your nature mind. Recognize our absolute true nature mind. The nature mind is the same as the space. The space is free from boundaries. So nature mind is like free from dualistic thoughts. Then in the nature mind, there don't have I and you, and then no like kind of boundaries, any spaces, that difference. So now we have dualistic thoughts, we have so much boundaries, and that created like strongly self. Self is so strong, become like, this is my, like example, my seat, this is my chair, yeah. So then this is like my table, this is my house, this is my family, this is my car, this is my neighbor, and there's things, and this is others, so makes boundaries all the time. So that is become strong and strong, and then ignorance is more strong, and wisdom is decreasing. So then increasing the ignorance, then become very strong selfish. So very strong selfish, then no wisdoms, because below the 100% wisdoms. So below the 100% wisdoms, see, some people kill the animals every day. That just same as a cut the tree. They don't fear anything. Even we cut the tree, but sometimes we feel, oh, I don't want to destroy this tree. So many birds live there. So think about the laws, environment, many things. But see, this who was strong, ignorant. Even the see this killing the beings is just easy, nothing. No any fears. See, in China, the reason is virus comes from they talk about the live animals. Could be. I don't know the exactly, so we don't know. But because due to our ignorance, and they eat live animals, burn in the fire and eat. See, how can do like that? Think about that. That is so strong ignorance, so strong selfish. So we really cannot do like live animals burn in the hot top in the eating right over there. See, like that, that is so strong. So that's cause create the karma. If the animals has a right, of course they're going to send this disease for human beings. See, that if there has something to can do there, of course they're going to use something. That's karma is happening for everyone right now. So due to that, we are suffering in the world, human beings. The human being is like, of course, is like best, like perfect, precious ones, but human beings can be worst being in the world. So either ways, you can go human beings. Human being can go all the way up to Buddhahood. Human being can create like all the way directly can go to the lowest here. So that is all is a human being has ability to do that. And so then we can have wisdom, we can go all the way up to the Buddhahood. We can have ignorance, we can go all the way to lowest realm. So that's the reason here. The nature of space is free from boundaries. Like our nature is free from boundaries. We have that, but problem is that the ignorance is so strong, we don't recognize. Nothing is different from that. Still, practitioners and disciples don't realize this. Please protect them, perfect Buddha Mother. So this last sentence, this is how to call this? This last seven one. Is I always forget the words. Is
Line.
no verses. The verses, the last verses and the first verses is similar. The meaning is similar. So when you chant this one and like really into Dharma Dharma nature, so recognize all beings have this nature. Practitioner and the disciple don't realize this. We have this, but still we don't recognize this. That's the reason. Please protect them means like please protect them, perfect Buddha Mother. Please protect me, perfect Buddha Mother. So this please protect them is like this can be changed. The generally me and others is good. Some areas like always put for others. Some translations put always me and me. And some people is just can translations put together. So this is depending. You really pray for someone, so you can think about that person. You pray yourself. You think about yourself, and then you pray for generally many people, many other beings. Just please protect them. So you can use like that with these prayers. Okay, so now I finish all this root text teaching today there. And we have to go to the Panashavari Sadhana. So this morning we leave the section is the mantra. So now we chant the mantra is protecting us, protect for others. So we're going to finish the whole sadhana prayers. Then after that, is someone want to ask questions, I can stay. And you want to go, and you can go. So we're going to finish first prayer together. Before prayer finish, don't leave. The reason is we've not finished our prayers. Go to the page 8. Om Beijade Bane Yaware Sawa Mare Rayamane 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 Om Beijade Bane Yaware Sarva Mare Raja Mane Hom Bejade Bane Javare Sarva Raja Mane Hom. I visualize that the whole space of either region or country is filled with the 5 Sangatas and the goddess Panashavari. From them, streams of nectar flow down. Fill the bodies of the disease, the region of kingdom, and all disease and harms are pacified. Om Beishaze Bana Shawar Sarvamar Rajamane Om Beishaze Ban Shawar Sarvamar Rajamane Om Beishaze Bane 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 Shawar Sapare Agam Rade Zazoha Om Beishaze Bane Shawar Sapare Vare Pading Rade Zazo Om Beishaze Bane Shawar Sapare Vare Bibe Rade Zazoha Om Beishaze Shawar Sapare Vare Dipam Rade Zazoha Om Beishaze Bane Shawar Sapare Aloke Rade Zazoha Om Beishaze Bane Shawar Sapare Vare Ngene Rade Zazo Om Beishaze Bane Shawar Sapare Vare Nevede Rade Zazo Om Beishaze Bane Shawar Sapare Vare Shabda Rade Zaya Zoha. I didn't have beers. So Vajra family, they beating the drum and doing the Kong shows is great. Page 8. So now we go to the page 9. Out of the mandala of Dharmakayas, great bliss, you protect against the dangerous disease such as epidemics and against untimely death. I pay homage to you, mother of wish-fulfilling activities. Whatever I could not procure, whatever was deteriorated, and whatever I did with a deluded mind or made others do, may you forgive all that. Om Benza Sadhu Samaya Mane Balaya Benza Sadhu Tinopa Dichan Dundro Me Bawa Sudi Kayo Me Bawa Subi Kayo Me Bawa Ane Rato Me Bawa Sarvai Side Mintaya Sarvai Karma Sidai Me Sidan Shayang Guru Ho Ho Bangave Sarva Tadangada Benzara Mamim Benzara Pa Mahasamaya Sato. So now go to page 10. May the great Vajradhara is the true Lama who is the essence of all Buddhas, grant the auspiciousness of the goddess Panashavari to all beings of the three realms without exception, and to myself. Glorious goddess Panashavari, you liberate all others and myself from the infliction of great harm. Having taken refuge in you, sublime goddess, please protect us from all dangers. So now we go to the Mahakala Sadhana. Mahakala Sadhana is this deity yoga sadhana, page 129. So this morning we didn't chant this finish. It's Mahakala is chant is good chanting evening, afternoon, evenings. Actually, you can chant every time, anytime, but good is afternoon. Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Everyone ready or not yet? I want to check everyone. Okay. Yes. Okay, looks good. Oh, consolo. Oh, please consider me. Glorious Vajra, Garden, Great Black One, Mahakala, and glorious Great Virava, Heruka, Charasambhara. By nature, you are one within Dharmata. In essence, you are same within exalted wisdom. In character, you are equal in under activity. Hero who defects or unfavorable circumstances, you are the foremost Lord of all appearance and existence. Goddess and remains force protector, who is the great leader of activity, oppressors, invincible, sovereign of radiant splendor. Your protective awareness holding yogins as if they were your own children and assess the concentration of outbound practitioners and are adorned with the radiance of peace, the splendor of increasing the power of monetizing activity, and are subtly activities of liberating savage force and hindrances. Your mighty skill to protect the teachings is super powerful Lord Dorje Trasarchi, great war, God of yogins, please think of me. Abiding on the sacred ground of Vajra Herukas, enlightened body, speech, and mind, I yogin engage in practice to attain unsurpassed enlightenment, and so as to conquer obstacles to the path of supreme bliss and the dream of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the samadhi escort that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on perverted paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn towards the freedoms and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world, the vanquished, my perfect auspiciousness and goodness provide and increase. My goods and diamonds and me be overpowered, and at all times within every circumstance, may enlightening activities be accomplished according to my supplication. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common siddhis unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrance with perverted views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and godliness provide and prevail. By the power of compassion and previous aspirations, Achichija Dharma arise from the basic space of phenomena and lock upping us from the expanse of exalted wisdom. Miraculously descend upon this activity mandala. Mother Achi, daughter of Nanam, powerful lady, Dharmatara, Wisdom Tara, Samaya Tara, monetizing goddess and flesh-eating karmic Dakini. Noble Lady Tachi Tserema, Mayolo Zama, Tekan Dozama, Tengi Shazama, and the Chupin Dazama, protectors of the lineage, forefathers, protectors of threatening hermitages, protectors with the Samaya who pledge to protect the teachings of the Kaju lineage. Your influent wisdom never fails, your compassion never withholds, your blessings are close, and your power unobstructed. All of you bless us yogins and our retinues with your enlightening body. Bless us with your enlightening speech. Bless us with your enlightening mind. Bless us with your enlightening qualities. Bless us with your enlightening activities. Aid us so as to conquer adverse circumstances and the dread of the formaras. Please cause me to conquer the samadhi skirt that will guide me on the truth path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on perverted paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause mind to turn towards freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and godliness provide and increase. May God's demons and men be overpowered and at all times and in every circumstance. May enlightening activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activity to grant supreme and common seated unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrance with perverted views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and godliness provide and forever. Zaya, Zaya, Siddhe, Siddhe, Pala, Pala, Ho. So now we go to the Amitabha Sadhana prayer, the 7-0. Emaho. In the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the left is the Lord of powerful means, and all are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful pureling of Devachi. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsaric birth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. But the power and the blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May I attain this aspiration without hindering. Tiyata Pinchandaya Avam Bodhan Ayasoha. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise, where it is born, may it not decline, but it will increase higher and higher. So now we chant the Tibetan, the Buddha Amitabha. Ema Om Zar Sanje Namai Daye Daye Sejo Tuje Jembo Dang Yon De Zemba De Jin Do Na Lai Sanje Sanzen Pa Min Gor Ji Gor De Jing Om Zara Ba De Me Ba Ye De Wa Ji Ji Sa Ve Shin Gan De Da Yin De Ne Zen Pi Jir Ma Da Jewa yin je parma ju par. Tere jine nande yarndong yo de ge da ge molan da bande. So je san je san sen dam je je. Keme de bar sin je la de so. Tia da ben zan de ya. Avam Bodha Naya Zo Sanjo Senjo Rinpoche Ma Je Vanan Je Jor Je Je Ba Nyama Me Ba Yang Gong Ne Gong De So we finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
You have if you have questions, you can ask questions. You want to leave, so you can leave. I don't know my iPad is so long. So it's a charger is when I charge, but still this power is going to go down. I don't know.
Thank you, Campbell.
You're welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Kempo.
Kempo.
See you.
Kempo.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See you
Campo.
tomorrow is 9 o'clock meditation or discussion, and then 10 o'clock starting practice. So you have time, you can join 9. You cannot join the 9, you have another chance 10 o'clock. Okay, so then 10, and we're going to I'm going to share tomorrow more root text details, so then you can go more deeper.
Excellent. Thank
So
you.
your goal is you have to chant this supplication, and it's great. You can do is memorize. If
Thank you,
can,
Kempo.
You're welcome. If you can memorize, it's very important.
We'll try.
There is you have something going on, then you looking the books and harder to find, not there right away, right? So you have memorized, then you always is there in your ear. So easy to pour out. Yeah. So thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you.